This is Pecorino cheese. I'm in Sardinia, near one of the blue zones, and today I'm going to tell you 10 reasons why this cheese is particularly good for you. You'll find the last one probably quite surprising. So the reason Pecorino cheese is very good for you is it has very high levels of a thing called omega-3. And omega-3 is a type of fat which has lots of benefits. Now the Sardinians eat a lot of that. It's a type of sheep's cheese, and it's thought to be part of the reason that they live a long and healthy life. So the first benefit of omega-3 is that it reduces triglycerides in your bloodstream, which are part of the fat profile of your blood, and it reduces your blood pressure. And those together can help reduce the incidence of heart attacks and strokes. And a review in the journal Circulation showed that there was a reduction in cardiac sudden death in people who had high levels of omega-3. So that's your first reason. The second reason to have omega-3 in your diet is that it improves brain function. It's been found that omega-3 helps memory, it helps focus, and it might actually reduce the risk of Alzheimer's disease. So in an area like the blue zones where people eat a lot of omega-3, you may find that those people, although they age, have less reliance on other people in terms of their mental capacity, and that in part might be due to the omega-3. The third reason to include omega-3 in your diet is that omega-3 has anti-inflammatory properties. Now, almost every single chronic disease has an element of inflammation, whether it's diabetes or cardiovascular disease. And if you reduce inflammation, that also reduces the risk of those illnesses. So including omega-3 in your diet should reduce the inflammatory aspects of those illnesses, and that will improve your health. The fourth reason for omega-3 is that omega-3 is actually involved with part of the eye function, and it makes up quite a lot of the retina. So including omega-3 in your diet benefits eye health. There is a bit of evidence to show that it can reduce macular degeneration as well. So including omega-3 is good for the eyes. Reason number 5 for having omega-3 in your diet is that omega-3 actually can improve mood and reduce the risk of depression. One of the omega-3s called EPA has a beneficial effect with mood. Some studies have shown EPA can have as good an effect as taking an antidepressant medication. So the fifth reason for having omega-3 oil in your diet is to reduce the effects of depression. Reason number 6, omega-3 oils, as I said, reduce inflammation, and therefore people who have joint inflammation like rheumatoid arthritis are less likely to have pain as a result of their illness if they consume omega-3 in their diet. So 6 is reduce joint inflammation. Reason 7 is your skin. Omega-3 oil is involved in the elasticity and the hydration and youthful nature of people's skin, and having a diet that's rich in omega-3 can promote skin health. There's some evidence to show that it can also help with things like eczema and other skin illnesses like that, and that's probably to do with its anti-inflammatory properties. So that's your next reason, is it's good for your skin. Number 8 is cancer prevention. There's some evidence emerging now that omega-3 oil is useful at slowing the rate of cancer growth, but also preventing it in the first place. Now that isn't a magic bullet quite yet, but there is some information out there showing that as we increase the amount of omega-3 in our diet, our risk of cancer-related illnesses goes down. So think about that one, particularly if you have a family history of things like prostate, breast cancer, things like that. Including more omega-3 in your diet may be beneficial for staving some of that off. Number 9, omega-3 oil is good in pregnancy. It's good for the mums because it actually can reduce postnatal depression, believe it or not, but it's also good for babies' development. It improves fetal brain health, and it improves fetal eye development as well. So pregnant ladies, please make sure you have plenty of omega-3 in your diet. In at number 10, the surprising one, omega-3 oil may actually extend your life. There's been one long-term study which showed that people who had high omega-3 in their diet actually had longer telomeres. Telomeres are the ends of your genes. The longer they are, the longer you're likely to live. So if omega-3 is causative, we're not sure, but if it's causing telomeres to be longer in people who have a omega-3 rich diet, then the likelihood is that they will live for longer as well. So consider that. Increasing omega-3 in your diet reduces all of that inflammation, reduces all of those illnesses, reduces all of those cardiovascular risks, but also may be beneficial for helping you live a long life. So Pecorino cheese on its own probably isn't the reason why people live to 100 in the blue zones, but it might be one of them. So pick yourself up some of this if you can, and if you can't get that, then consider taking an omega-3 supplement. If you're vegan, you don't have to eat fish. Fish do not make omega-3, they get it from the algae that they eat, and you can get algae oil omega-3 capsules instead. Try that, and I hope you live a long and healthy life. Nice. I should also point out that I do try to be vegan, but as I've said in another video, it's impossible to be vegan in Sardinia. There's nothing but meat and cheese everywhere, so I'm going to take this one for the team. And I don't mind. I've forgotten how good cheese was, but this is delicious. Very good.